You know that thing that happens when you give a monkey a banana and his other friends get super jealous and angry and they throw poop at each other? Well, that happened to me all day, my whole life, every day. Now, I've been playing Reanimator for some time in Timeless and Historic, and in Timeless at least, I'm noticing a huge trend of not being allowed to go first. It sort of just started as like, oh great, I don't get to go first, but then I tracked it, the numbers were obscene, and then I'd play for 10 matches in a row and I'd go first once, and then I'd sit down and I'd play for 8 matches and I'd go first twice, and it's just like, what's going on? I just sat down this morning, I did 3 quick ones, I didn't go first at all. I'm just saying, there's no way that I'm that unlucky. I'm a pretty lucky guy. But one other thing that I've been noticing is that the meta has been sort of shifting away from counterspell style decks. I don't know why. I'm guessing that it's just a super boring thing to do, so nobody's doing it, because it's still really good. So I'm seeing just less counterspells than I used to be seeing in Best of 1 Timeless recently. So I figured I would take my old list for a run, the original big dudes. Now this list operates on the idea that it's actually important to win on the same turn that you combo out on, which is a baseline premise, something you always need to think about when you're making a combo deck. When do I actually win after the combo? If it's the same turn that you're comboing, you're probably in a good spot. This deck is optimized for that. When all the counterspells came out, I basically took out things like Sacrifice and Buried Alive. I even took out Necromancy. Saw in Half is just a fun card, so we'll talk about that in a second. But these cards, Sacrifice and Buried Alive, what they're intended to do, along with Demonic Tutor, is you pull this stuff off of Atraxa. Now you can sacrifice Atraxa and reanimate with Necromancy for free, get another Atraxa dig while floating 4 mana, and then you can hard cast Grief. You can go into a Buried Alive line and Buried Alive your Ardent Ulamog, win that turn. So it just gives you a lot of flexibility. Basically, this list, we cut out the Duresses. When you compare it to Duress Reanimator, we basically cut out Duresses and we threw in a bunch of fun cards. So we're gonna take it a little bit easy today. The whole idea with Saw in Half is now you can sacrifice Atraxa, reanimate Atraxa, you're floating all this mana, now you Saw in Half Atraxa, get 2 more digs, you're gonna find Demonic Tutor or Necromancy. Another thing I wanted to say about Reanimator decks is the 1-turn combo deck that's super popular with World Spine Worm right now. I think it actually works better in blue, but I think it runs second billing to my Duress Reanimator, at least in Best of 1, because you don't have enough entombs for your combo ratios. The looting, I consider an entomb clone because we're running so many creatures. So when you don't have enough creatures, Faithless Looting becomes not entomb anymore. So it makes more sense for you to run blue and maybe like Ponder. And now you're like, oh, but I drew my World Spine Worm, what do I do? Well, you Ponder for a Collective Brutality and you just discard the World Spine Worm. Or you Ponder for a Thoughtseize. So basically, you kind of want to go up on Collective Brutality with that deck, I believe. That's what I think about the deck. We're going to go get into some old school, fun action games. Let's check it out. Holy crap, we get to go first. Holy moly. Strip Mine, Treasure Cruise, Ephemerate, Stifle. Because we Stifle. So this is just going to be a regular Mikey play. Nothing special, nothing doing. The classic line we've been doing for a week now. Alright, back to climbing. Alright, we've got a pretty cool hand. I think we keep it just for fun. I don't think it's good though. Like sacrifice the grief, necromancy the grief. We're gonna keep it. It's bad. It was a big mistake, but it's early and I wanna try. Thoughtseize, okay. We're just gonna get rid of Dark Ritual, maybe? Yeah, we'll get rid of Thoughtseize. We should have got rid of Dark Ritual. Days, he says, okay. We've got swords, we've got voice. Say we take the voice for sure, right? For sure we take voice. And then we can life, death, that, and then necromancy. Voice there. We've got a clock. Get wrecked. What? That's lame. We are in omega trouble. So whatever we play, he's going to stifle. Whether it's an Atraxa, a Mikey, an Arden, it's going to see us stifle. So I think we go Mikey. Because he's already been through 3 swords. So he's tapped out, so that's probably just game. Oh wait, yeah, okay, this is, yeah. So Mikey actually dies to his board. We're totally fine. All along, man, it was all calculated. 14 turns later, he's game. So I'm already kind of seeing the problem with this deck. It's that we go for Mikey, so we're never going to be able to use Sacrifice or Buried Alive. So we just need him to not get lucky on his hit here. He can't top with Regavan or Reanimate. Lightning Bolt. So he's going to be able to play a lot of powerful spells next turn. Like, are we really going to go with Atraxa here when we can go with a Mikey? Necromancy, okay. So we can Necromancy the Grief. And we lose the game. Nice. Nice! We're gonna go with Atraxa, just because it's more fun. So we got the Mox, we got the Sacrifice. We're 7 life, so we didn't get the Necromancy. But we can actually keep going here with the Demonic Tutor. Oh wait, that was our only Necromancy. This was actually our only Necromancy, and he popped it. Alright, so that was a big mistake. Oh, that sucks bad. Okay. So the plan was to sack Demonic Tutor for Necromancy, get another Atraxa dig. Obviously it didn't work out, because we have low IQ. Smart. Okay. So we've got the Grief. So we could hard cast the Grief here. A lot of powerful cards. The Lightning Bolt is obviously annoying. I'd say the Raptor is probably more annoying. What? He had another turn, right? Oh, maybe he's like, oh, I can't play my lands. I don't know. I think moral of the story there is that Mikey was the right play. We're tired, we're making mistakes. Okay. Alright, so we get to go first. We've got actually the whole goddamn thing. So this is the power of Buried Alive. We actually lose the fucking game. Why? Alright, I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. Right? Everyone can see that this would have worked. Oh my god. I'm gonna show him. There. I'm gonna keep... because he's never gonna be Mythic. Let's be real. This dude's never, ever, ever gonna hit Mythic with a Leyline of the Void main deck. There you go. 1 mana open. Win the game. That was the combo. Oh yeah, we were at 0 pips. That's why. Alright. So we've got really good hand on the draw. The Mox Opal. Crazy. Ooh, a sacrifice. That's just a sacrifice. So we're gonna see. So he does have a counterspell. Get rid of the sacrifice. Thoughtseize. Win the game. Win the effing game. So since we've already got a sacrifice exiled here, I'm thinking, do you go Mikey? I think you go Mikey. Let's go Mikey. Legend. Alright, so Koopa, Drix means he can draw a card. Can he cast Koopa? I don't think I care if he casts Koopa, honestly. So he could double block here with his Thought Monitor on Grief. I think that's what he's thinking about. I should have went for the Atraxa line. I'm trying to show off the 2 Buried Alive, 2 Sacrifice combo. It's only 4 cards, you know. You basically drop out Duresses to have this chance to pop off with Atraxa Crazy. But it just feels like Raph and Mikey is always the right play. This one it was close, but yeah, I figure I wanted to freaking win. Come on, you got MTG in your name. Cool. Instant speed, saw in half. Another grief. GG. G. I think this is okay to do. Actually, I should have done it on his draw step, huh? That's stupid of me. Really stupid. So the trick is you just put a stop there and instant cast Saw in half on his draw step. And if it's not an instant speed spell, you can discard it. So yeah, that was gosh, man, why can't I see the lines before I play them anymore? Lame. So it's blah, blah, blah. So we're on the draw again, by the way. And we've got looting. So generally I always keep looting, but whenever I'm on the draw and I have looting, I always keep. But whenever I'm on the draw and I have looting and grief, then I super always keep. Top deck Reanimator, one time. Eldrazi, don't have Chalice. Don't have 2 mana. 2 mana, don't have Chalice. Loser! Alright. Alright, so this isn't great, is it? So K command is, so here's Thoughtseize. So he has a Thoughtseize coming in, and he has a K command. So we'll take out his Thoughtseize, and then next turn we'll take out his K command. And he top decks the dagger. Nice. Alright. Fun. Alright, so here's a decent hand, right? Nice. Alright, we're gonna go for the Atraxa play. Just so we can see. Mox. Nope, no Mox. Intune. Take another Atraxa. Thoughtseize. Kinda already have a Thoughtseize. We'll take a Looting. Dark Ritual. So we don't need the Intune if we got. Try something like that. Would have liked to have seen a Grief there, or a Mox. Mox would have let us play the Thoughtseize. So this is the problem with the deck. Sacrifice. I mean, the benefit of the deck is that Sacrifice works with Grief. But if you're playing Grief, Sacrifice, now your combo line gets a little bit to be too many cards to be reliable. So a Sacrifice is about a third as effective as a Dark Ritual. Maybe less, maybe a fourth. Just because you need the combo to get the extra mana. But then it has the extra boon that you can just sacrifice Atraxa. Alright, let's look at this here. Ulamog. Well, I've got Sacrifice, but like, what am I gonna do with it? Maybe I should have Dark Ritualed. Reanimate, Brainstorm. So I'm not worried about Reanimate. Take the Brainstorm. Alright, so did I get out what I wanted to freaking say there? The benefit of Buried Alive is that in turn 1 you can Dark Ritual Buried Alive, turn 2 win the game with Reanimate. But you're opening yourself up to obvious lines, right? So I'm not. That's why I'm horrible at explaining this. All right, we go first. We've got Grief and Looting. Keep that. I believe I keep that. Okay, so he's on the mulligan path. So we're gonna Grief before we Thoughtseize. Before we Looting. I'm so tired. Double mulligan path. And he's a goblin. Look at him. Yeah, I know that's Golem. Reanimate, Pact of Negation. Alright, so he's going to have a bit of a tough time of it, but we're both basically top decking at this point. Never mind, I am not top decking. Cool. Dark Ritual, nothing. Entomb, Reanimate. With a Grief. Pretty cool. There's the days. Maybe you Thoughtseize the Ponder there. I don't know. Because that's one. He gets to see 5 more cards. He's going to find another counterspell. Yeah, probably. Oh. Nice. Never mind. It's over. It's effing over. Cool. Alright, we will find that one game. Alrighty, we got Grief and Looting. Plus we've got a bunch of mana, so yeah, we keep that. Get rid of Sacrifice. Swords. Swords. He's got Strip Mine. Okay, so we found a land. I should have played the Mox this turn. Oh. Cool. Okay, so we found the life death. We don't have anything to cast with it, so it doesn't really help us very much. We're going to entomb the Atrox this time. We've got a few top decks here. He's going a little slow. He's not playing his Strip Mine.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
Okay, so we get to take a land out of our deck here. Don't Strip Mine, please. Loser. Don't Strip Mine. Actually, if he plays anything, he wins. Yeah. So he's got one. Oh, he doesn't know. That's nice. He doesn't know about Ajani. Top deck Necromancy. We did it! No, I'm kidding. Alrighty. Just need to dodge Strip Mine. All the counter spells. Got Sacrifice, that does nothing. Alright, let's see what we're working with. So we didn't dodge Strip Mine. We didn't dodge Force. So we basically lose. Hey, we found the win, but couldn't dodge the Strip Mine. Just too much hate. Fun. Ooh, we go first. Here we go. Alright. This is the Atraxa pop-off game. This is the ticket right here. Days. Yeah, we don't care about days. Treasure Cruise. Yeah, I guess we'll take one of the dazes. We have to take Mikey. This was the pop-off game. This was it. Okay. This was the game that broke the camel's back. Let me explain. When you're playing Sacrifice, and let me get the deck list up just so I can talk about it real quick. Got both lists up, we'll compare them real quick. So, Duress Reanimator. It basically is running the same dudes. I think we've got Valgavath in this version. So very similar deck. It's running basically the same dudes. The same land ratios. However, it runs Duress and Vamp Tutor. So what do we take out for Duress and Vamp Tutor when you look at the real deck? That's the real deck. This is the old deck. Necromancy. 2 Buried Alive, Saw in Half, 2 Sacrifice. No Duress. Okay, so what does Sacrifice do? Number 1, it combos with Grief. So whenever you have this and Grief, you get 4 mana. But that only happens 12% of the time, compared to 40% with Dark Ritual. So it's a less good Dark Ritual. Is it still good with how bad it is by comparison to Dark Ritual? No. Why do we run it then? Because within Atraxa Dig 10, we can find Sacrifice. If we find Sacrifice, we can sack Atraxa, reanimate Atraxa. We still have life a lot of the time, so we can do the hard reanimate play with either life, death, or reanimate. And we get another dig. Off of that dig, if we find Entomb necromancy, we're now floating piles of mana with the sacrifice for 7 mana. We can do super powerful things. So for example, we could saw in half Atraxa and dig 20, pick 10 cards. So now we're picking 10 cards. We've got an Atraxa in play. We could sack Atraxa again. Necromancy Atraxa. Now we can find Buried Alive. Buried Alive, Reanimate, Arden Ulamog. So the whole thing is get Atraxa in play and combo off. And it doesn't work every time, but in a meta where Show and Tell was dominating, this deck really shined. Buried Alive. Let's talk about Buried Alive. Buried Alive, 3 mana. Let's forget about sacrifice mana. That never freaking happens. It happened one time. They had Leyline of the Void. It was the game giving me the perfect hand and taking it away from me because we were on 0 pips. And the person who was playing Leyline of the Void needed a free win for their mindset. You know, it's gambling theory. The game's rigged. I see hundreds of instances of it over and over and over again. This isn't what that's about. Buried Alive, 3 mana. How often do you have the combo and 4 mana turn 1? So it's not a turn 1 combo with how the deck is built. What it does is it on its own, turn 1 Dark Ritual, Buried Alive, threaten the Reanimate Arden Ulamog combo, win the game. That's much weaker than things like Entomb and Faithless Looting in a meta where everyone's running so many answers. Yeah, it probably works sometimes. We just played a bunch of games and it didn't work in any of the games. It didn't happen once. We're only running 2 copies of it, but still, if it's a viable combo, you think it would work once or twice, right? With that many games played. Okay, so Necromancy. Now we're running Necromancy because our Atraxa digs are so freaking good, right? Because now we get an extra card if we find it in an Atraxa dig, especially if we're chain drawing Atraxas. If we're chain getting the Atraxa ability, finding a Necromancy a little more common. So maybe it's better to run 2 Necromancies than a Saw in Half, but Saw in Half is a super fun card. You can do it at instant speed on your Grief to just grief their entire hand out on their turn. You can do it in response to a Swords to Plowshares. If you have enough mana for it, you can do it on a Atraxa and double dig. So as a one-of, when you're digging with Atraxa and you're like, oh, but how often are you going to find Necromancy? It's like, well, how often are you going to find Necromancy, Demonic Tutor, Buried Alive, or Saw in Half? You know, it's kind of the thinking there. Is it having all of these cards in your deck make your Atraxa digs much more threatening? The vanilla way to do your Atraxa dig is to just find a Grief, because you usually aren't floating mana. So now you just Grief and maybe hold up a Thoughtseize for next turn. But then you're vulnerable to top deck answers. So why doesn't it work now? Well, because a lot of the time, I would say most of the time, your best Entomb target is Ralph and Mikey. 7 damage attacking the turn you play it. It summons your powerful creatures from your deck. The weakest creature it can summon is a Grief. Oh no, I'm attacking for 10 with a Menace dude and a Trample dude. Like, in a low to the ground format where Show and Tell isn't dominating, 10 damage a lot of the time is just enough. 10 damage turn 1. And it's about half the time you'll get it, because you'll see 4 Griefs and then 7 other dudes. So yeah, I think that you're not Atraxing every turn off of Entomb makes this deck no longer viable. And makes sense, because we've switched over to Duress Reanimator as our recommended Reanimator deck. Alright, well, those were the matches. Looks like I went 8-4 on the day. We were 71% win rate on the play, 60% win rate on the draw. We faced a blue deck 3 times, a blue deck 6 times if you count for this, another blue deck 7 times. So the meta is still, out of 12 games, we played 7 blue decks. More than 50% of the time you're going to be playing a blue deck. Just further justifies Reanimator. to rest. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm tired as fuck. All right, well, that's it. GG's.
Nobody cares about a thing she says.